What you talking about? Sis Chad, what?
Julu
What you talking about? Sis Chad, what?
Drake.
What you talking about? Sis Chad, what?
Viva.
Welcome to the DMV's premier online advice site, sisterchatter.com. You know we got some hot topics for y'all today and a sneak peek into the next podcast.
So check it. Yo, what's up, bladders, sister chatters? I got a vent today. This is Drizzy. This your boy about to go in. I'm paying for my daughter's college, been paying for everything. So my theory and thought is that I don't want to put my daughter through school and have her come out of school with these crazy loans. So that's why I'm kind of stressed out today. You can hear it in my voice. You hear your boy, you know what I mean?
Okay, so your plan was for the parents to do everything they could. I'm sure your daughter's real smart, so I'm sure she's getting some grants and some stuff like that, right? Or maybe a scholarship or two or whatever.
Yeah, she's good. This is more about the principal.
So anything
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
not covered, you want y'all to cover.
Room and board is not covered.
Ooh.
So you figure I think it's like $6,000 a semester or something weird like that.
God, dog.
Right? So I don't want to hear the woman's story. It take a lot to raise them
You so
kids.
getting ready to hear it. Most people need someone to help them with either budgeting or saving. That's the hardest thing for a lot of people to do.
I get it.
And so if somebody told me when my kid was 3, I mean, you kind of know.
Don't you have a motherly instinct that kicks in like
Really?
damn, this life ain't about me anymore. It's about my baby.
Of course you have that, but you got to figure
Because
that.
you let your babies yell all the time in the back, so I know you let them run. You know what I mean?
Okay, we're going to get to that later.
They're my babies. We good people.
The
They're my
day-to-day
babies.
expenses of raising a child. I know he got that look
Drake's
on his
rolling
face.
his eyes
Yes.
and the screw face,
Yes,
y'all.
already it's more expensive than you might think.
But the point is, as a mother, your mind frame shouldn't be, yo, let's just let her get a loan. At some point, there's
Why not?
options. Because
I'm
these
just-
loans, I'm going to tell you, and then you tell me. I'm vetting, so this ain't
Okay.
towards my homie right here. I'm just vetting right now, and this is how we do. It ain't no, you know what I mean? It's all love. So this is why I say that the mind frame should be different. So we don't have to put this burden on our child. So this is what happens to America, and it's probably more so in black prevalent homes. That's why this is a good topic right here. These kids get these student loans. They graduate. They didn't get any help. When they graduate, the money they make, like I think it's like something like 35% of their check goes to this loan. Now, when you picture somebody trying to make it on their own apartment, own car, bills, food, 35% of your check every week because you end up owing $60,000. Like, I know people that's my 40-something and they still paying their student loans. And they've been working ever since. Like,
Right.
That's not fair to me. Like,
You
I'm
know
just
what?
trying to be real. Like, I don't see no fairness in that.
I have heard top financial gurus. What's her name? Susie Orman. Do you know the lady I'm talking about that Oprah used to have on her show, right?
Yeah, Dr. Phil.
I have heard her say out of her mouth, and this is the first time I really gave it serious thought when she talked about parents who, now they should be prepping for their retirement, right? And a lot of them will take out a second mortgage on their home to help their kid pay for college. And you know what her answer was? Don't do it. Seriously.
Don't get a loan, right?
Don't get a loan to help your kid pay for college. Don't take out a second mortgage. You guys need to prep for your retirement.
But she's saying get the loan in the kid's name.
Oh, so you just said I
The
can
loan
understand
would be
that.
in the kid's name. That's not right.
You paying for your kids' college is not a right. It's a privilege if you can afford to do it. You don't have to pay to get your kid an education. You pay.
Why?
It's mandatory per the courts from 0 to 18. Whatever you do beyond 18 when they graduate high school is a gift. It's a gift. Because you want them to start things off right, at 22, 23.
Yeah.
If you can afford that, then by all means, go for it. But if you can't, you need to think carefully about that thing. You can put yourself in debt. I hear you. It sounds cruel. And I have 2 kids myself. Come on.
Nah.
You got to pay for your kid college. When the majority of people didn't do it, quote unquote, the right way, where you go to school right after you graduate high school, do your college. There's so many adults that are paying for their college. How they going to pay for their kid too?
I understand what you're saying. I see it that way. It makes a little sense. But, yo, we work. Like, when I had her, something clicked in me to go, yo, I'm done living for me. I'm done flashing and doing my crazy buying rims and shit and hooking my car speakers. You seen all my cars. I ain't had none of that shit. Because something clicks and you go, yo, let me Let me divert that cash into this now. And it should be for your kids.
And I gotta say one thing too. I want us
All
to curtail our cursing a little, is as much as possible. It's all
my
good.
bad. My bad, America. I'm venting. My fault.
And I hear what you're saying about how it became about your daughter once she was born. Okay, this is the part that might sound a little bit unfair to you in a woman's mind a lot of times, especially if she bore the largest percentage of the burden because she was essentially a single parent. We lived for that kid for 18 years. Yes. So I'm sorry if at 19 when you start college, I want to, do something. You can ask.
Cause women have this thing that like these kids is they yours and you don't get no assistance. Does your baby daddy pick them up? Does he spend time with them? Do they stay with him on the weekend?
Yes.
Does he spend holiday? These times, I understand what you're saying, but you can't negate what a dad does. During those months of my time keeping her, I'm freaking reprogramming her from what y'all did to her. You know what I'm saying? The mind frame. I'm just telling you what I did. I ain't saying y'all messing up. I'm keeping her like, yo, you need to keep your credit. I'm teaching her these things. Okay. I'm putting in the father things that she didn't have when I get my time. Mm-hmm. I'm dead set. I'm telling you, we could do a whole nother thing on that too. Mm-hmm. But like your baby fathers. My bad. She only got one. I meant baby. I want to say baby daddy, but she gave me this look, America. Look, your child's father, your children's father. He's put things in your children. Pause. Like educational things or there's fatherly things. Like everything ain't maternal, and y'all just
we haven't been. We care for you. We love you. Good night, boo boo.
Mm-hmm. You got to be a dad too, and you gotta put in certain paternal things that y'all can't do. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So don't negate any of that when you adding up all these weird conclusions in your mind about this.
Really not.
Well, what was the first thing you just said? We raised them from 0 to 18. I've been there.
We sacrifice from 0 to 18 or however many years you guys were apart, because I know you were there some of the time. Yeah. Right. So I'm not just talking about financial. I dig that. The time.
I dig it. And I respect that, but that doesn't mean that you negate your parental duty to save money.
If a parent doesn't want to go further in debt, especially, and you don't know what their financial circumstances are like, it may sound harsh, but I don't think it's bad for your kid to have to start picking up some loans.
Can I add? I feel you. And I dig it. That's cool. But there's a learning process you need to get in school. And it's not like, oh, everything's here. You got to learn the struggle. It ain't like a broke down struggle. But everybody that's listening right now, y'all been to school. Y'all know what it is. Let's keep it 100. A father pays child support from, this hypothetical, this ain't me, 0 to 18. Mm-hmm. Everything's good. He's always on point. He pays. Mm-hmm. Okay, after 18, she's 18 to 20, 21 or 22 whenever she graduates. Mm-hmm. Why the mom can't just go, oh, let me help out? Like, why is that so far-fetched for me to even think of that, to go, yo, she's 18, let me assist now?
What? And that's when the voices began to talk to me. And they said, kick his ass, Julu! Get him! Kick his ass!
Let me assist with some of this financial burden, especially if the dad's yo.
Wait, well, hold on. That implies that she hasn't been assisting. Oh, let me assist now. She's been assisting.
I'm not saying she didn't assist. I'm not even negating that's a whole
that came out wrong. So it came out wrong when you said let me assist.
No. It may be.
If you can't save a little bit, I'm not gonna say aren't willing to help your kid go to college. Are you saving for your retirement?
I just
because you're gonna be looking at that same kid, once it's time for you to go home some doggone where,
looking at him saying what?
Exactly. You're gonna be looking at him like, is my baby gonna help me?
No, you're not.
Parents do.
Listen, man, when they turn 21, graduate college, you help them get their job, get them on their feet.
Right.
The bird has left the coop at that point in time. You live your life. You can grow. Yeah, it's cool if they come back and be like, "Mommy, you got L time, and let me help you, baby." Right. You know what I'm saying? If they don't, guess what? You're gonna be peeing in your own diaper. You know what I'm saying? And you change your own diaper.
Okay. So you're saying it's not a requirement for a child to go back and help their parent? It's the same parent that,
It would
loved
be
them, nurtured
it would be
them,
lovely.
did everything for them. You know why I'm asking you that, right? So
No.
now you want me to understand that it is a parent's responsibility beyond age 18 to
Yes.
pay for this college.
I believe that it's beyond, and y'all can chime in, whatever. It's beyond. It should be that parents should take care of if their kids are going to, if you go into the military, different thing. 18, you good.
Mm-hmm.
You grown. If they're going to school, it's a different set of burdens. They're trying to better themselves for their future so they can be like you, what you've been trying to groom them for your whole life. And you know what I mean? You understand? Like, this is what black people do. We keep the chain going. That's why they call us the crab.
The cycle and all that, right?
We're the crabs in the bucket, right? Because that happened to her, I'm going to do that to my daughter.
I hear you.
You feel me? That's not correct. The correct way is to fix it. Yo, you do like these people, these white people do, and you take care of your kids. You get them on their way. You get them straight. You network. You get them that job.
Yeah.
They working right down the hall from you.
When do they learn it for themselves?
I don't know the answer to that. When you become a full-fledged woman or you have your kids. I was wild before I had my daughter. I had my daughter, things started to click. Yo, you got to finish. You got to retire in the military. You can't be just getting out because I want to go back home and chill and hang with my boys. I sacrificed. I don't get no credit for that sacrifice.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for me, because if it was for me, I would have went back home.
Your first car, how old were you when you got it?
22. No, I'm sorry. I was 19.
And you bought it yourself?
My dad gave me a $500 car.
So you didn't even have to buy your own car?
I didn't have to buy that. No. It didn't work. I had to pay to get the engine fixed and do all that. But yeah, he gave me a car and I did that.
Okay.
When I joined the military, yes, I bought my own new car.
Right.
Me personally. Now, I went to college, though, for 2 years. 3. So my father, they paid my tuition. Okay. Mind you, they had 5 kids. Now, I don't know how they did it because they wasn't super rich. They was a teacher and he was a principal. So think about your teachers now. And we talking back in the day. They wasn't making no major money. They made enough. Yeah. But I don't have no student loan. And if I do, they took it and they did it. You know what I'm saying?
I know where I came from. I bought my first car. There was no I was getting a car if my parents had to give me a car.
I bought my daughter a car.
My single mom had to give me a car. I wasn't going to have a car.
What does the car have to do with?
Because that just goes to the mindset of your parents helped you. And you're right when you talk about it being a cycle. Just like you don't want to talk about Adrian Peterson, but he spanked because he was spanked. You will help your kids because your parents helped you. So So you won't buy your daughter a car because you had to buy your own? I'm planning on giving my daughter
a car.
Who's almost 13, the one I drive now.
Okay.
She has already claimed it.
Right. You're breaking that mentality of, yo, I had to work for mine.
Absolutely. But my mother struggled a whole heck of a lot more than me. I see the differences.
That's my point. Yo, so you do better than me. So you're not going to help.
Absolutely. If it was in my kid's name, I would pay for it. I might not tell you I'm going to help, but I will be over here helping pay for that loan. It's not right, but it's an honest opinion.
That's your opinion? Or are you just saying?
I'm saying you hate to speak for a whole bunch of women, but I'm going to tell you, as much as I do,
you understand,
I feel like I do a lot of
the beef ain't about me and you.
I know.
This is about advantage and making it better for your
give
kid.
You a typical black person response. I wish my ex would.
Oh, damn.
Come to me and say, I want her to have her college paid, blah, 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 and let her get this loan, and you pay 50%. You can't tell me what I'm gonna do. You can't tell me what I'm gonna do with my money.
But the state done told me I gotta pay this on this time.
Yes.
Or I'm going to jail.
Yes.
Y'all wrong.
Because I guarantee we're gonna feel like we were doing a heck of a lot more than whatever it is that you paid per month. We feel like that.
Y'all dead wrong.
How are we dead wrong? Were you there when the kid was waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, I was.
And all of that beyond age 5.
Beyond
because 5? It don't stop
in the
when you leave.
So when she's with me in the summer, she never got sick, and I had to get up.
Probably.
She ain't get the chicken pox. She ain't. So what is the big difference? I would change shoes with you any day to have my daughter there, and wouldn't be making this over a big deal of money.
3-4 months.
Your turn now, yeah, me.
Oh, did he knock my
Come on, man.
Out?
We on the thing.
Hello?
This ignorant, y'all. Sister Black. She got this unprofessional.
Oh, this is your stepmama.
This unprofessional.
Okay, I know I'm sounding real greasy right now.
Talking real greasy,
as
son.
you have said, but it's an honest opinion. It is difficult being a single mom.
Yo,
you
act
are
like,
not
but y'all
there.
y'all act like we actually would want that. Like,
I
feel
know.
my heart. Listen, look in my eyes, right? Just look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Do I look like I wouldn't have been there for my daughter? All the moves I've made, it ain't a desire of want. But listen, you can't help provide for them. So you in the military, you should understand as an adult, we grown now. As an adult, I can see when you're young, you like, yo, why this dude not here? As an adult, yo, and you doing everything possible to show you taking care of it. And I ain't talking about just financial. You flying out there as often as you can. Keep this in the mind frame because y'all try to eliminate as much time as possible.
That's the part that we forget. Because I don't know what it's like to have my heart bleed for my kid.
You know there's blood in your heart, though.
Yeah. I don't know what it's like. You know, well, let me take that back. I know what it's like when my kid is gone for a weekend, when my kid is gone for a couple nights, or down south for a couple weeks in the summer. I know how I feel. It hurts. Especially those first few days when you walk through your house and it's quiet in there. You really, really miss them. So no, I could not imagine what it's like to go months at a time and not see my child. You know, only be able to call them, or now that they're bigger and they all got phones and stuff, text them, maybe FaceTime them or whatever. But no, it is not the same as having that kid there. So we need that reminder. But it also helps too, and this is the sad part, if a mom or dad is holding on to stuff and decide what they are and are not going to do based on how the relationship ended. If it's 10, 15, 20 years, you never got over what the heck happened. So you feel like you need to make somebody pay for something. My advice to you is, and this is with anything in life, sometimes you just got to do what's in your heart to do and take everything else out of it.
And I'm going to have to go ham.
Nobody said nothing about going ham.
I'm going to have a talk with my daughter and I'm going to let her know the real. If you want to take loans out, this was my thought. I'm going to explain to her. If you want to take loans out, here's how long you're probably going to owe on this loan. Because you probably don't understand it as a kid. Right. So I'll explain to her.
And if she doesn't respond in a way that's favorable to your situation, then you have to do what you need to do. Either have her take out a loan or you're going to be taking out an extra job. I'm guessing you're getting some assistance, though.
She gets grants and all.
Grants and all of that, right?
She's getting some things.
Okay. There's not enough openness and transparency here.
I mean, I can't give you everything. I don't know who's listening. Federal dollars up here, baby mama lurkers and trolls. Oh, you hear? You know what I mean?
That's what we do. We report stuff.
We keep it real. It's gonna break my pocket too. Do you know how much this school costs? Like, am I bugging? I'm the only one bugging out off of this number. It's 20-something thousand. I told you what the price is.
God, dog.
College is for
she's
real.
In state, you know, she'll be.
By the time
good.
your babies go to college, it's gonna be like $100,000 semester. You're gonna be like,
they're gonna be dumb. They're gonna have to say, is it such thing as homeschool for college?
Yeah, community college. You know what I mean? Julu Backyard University.
That's it. Next up on Sister Chatter, I'm gonna ask you a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just go with it, because it's a crazy question.
Already gone.
What's too old to start smoking some crack?
Is you too old to start smoking crack? Let me think about this.
Not that you should ever smoke some crack, but what's too old to say, I think I'm gonna try some crack?
Too old to try it?
Try some crack. You've been working a job 20-something years, retired.
28 years old, you too old to try crack. Mm-hmm. You done smoked all the weed you could smoke before you got to take these real urinalysis tests at work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Career starting, or you been in your career since college for 2-3 years, 4 years.
You can start a family soon, maybe.
Little baby looking at you with no teeth. You can't do that shit. I got no teeth, you got no teeth.
Well, see, then it's a match.
Yeah, but that ain't cool. You ain't looking at the baby like this, baby looking at you.